welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen, and I'm here with day one of Scrap Timber 2022, a hop started by the Scrappy sisters, Laura Albert, and this year the fabulous Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life is joining in. And our prompt for today is stitching. So if you've never watched a Scrap Timber video before or seen the layouts or anything, they have prompts every day and they are so much fun. So for this, I'm going to use the Jen Hadfield Live and Let Grow. And I have pretty much this entire paper pad. I've used like one or two stickers and a couple of sheets out of here. And here's some of my scraps. I have not touched these stickers right here because I have to open them for this layout. I was thinking I had something on the back, but I did not. And I apologize for my lovely sound. I am so congested and can only breathe out of my mouth. So it's all good, you all. So I also have these lovely ephemera, and I really love this collection. I don't have as much for this as I do a lot of them, but I have this picture of me and my daughter, and I know her face is very shiny bright, so it's not like super uber amazing quality, but this picture is very special and very important to our story, and so I wanted to make sure to document it. So I've got my papers, I have my ephemera, I have my prompt for today and this picture, so let's see how this goes. So first things first, out of the paper pad, I do not have anything but the paper pad, paper-wise. And I picked a couple of papers out of there and a scrap that I had left. And this background paper is like sunshines, and then the front paper I pulled is like a little butterfly, kind of like butterflies, like cutesy ones. Sorry about that. And then the bottom is a scrap of white with gold floral. And then I'm just gutted that sunshine paper because I wanted to map my picture on it. And then I got these cut apart, and I cut a couple of the 2x2 cut aparts. Not that you'll know they're from a 2x2 because they are either going to be fussy cut or something else. And I don't plan on using that whole piece of sunshine background paper. I just wanted to make sure I had a big enough piece for what I want. And I do make a wide right and a wide top border. And I do that for a reason. So, not because I'm that bad at cutting. I mean, I'm pretty wonky. You can probably see that. But not that bad. So I am going to tuck this doily, which is also a scrap because I used the other part of it yesterday or the day before on a layout. And I'm going to go ahead and commit to that and put it down, although this tape that I'm using is repositionable for a little while until it sets, which I love, and because I make a lot of boo-boos, it's good. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. I obviously want these papers to be wide enough to cover the gap, but I'm trying to decide if I want it to go from right to left completely with no sunshine paper. I don't want to waste any of this really pretty white with the gold, so I do cut an inch off the end and decide I want it to be an inch, like a half inch on either side. And I cut down the width of it because I don't need that much, and there's no point for it to be tucked behind because in my opinion that's just wasting for me. I have no issues with other people doing it. That's not my paper. You have to do you, and I'm okay with that. Although I can say that I cringe sometimes when it's certain papers. I'm like, oh, I cannot believe you're not gonna cut that. But anyway, I should have, and I think about it now that I'm looking at it, and when it's all done, I really love it. But looking at it from right at this time, I should have inked the edges of my doily, but I didn't, and it's okay. So I am willy-nilly punching on that really thick cardboard, the holes for me to do my stitching. First of all, I can't cut a straight line. Guess what? I can't punch holes in a straight line either. Now I was going to say it's not terribly obvious. It really is. It's pretty obvious. And I do like finagle at least one time where it's uber weird and wonky. I mean, I'm all about the wonk. Scrappy Adams says embrace the wonk, and I certainly do. So you see it's a little wonky right there in the middle, but part of that's going to get covered up, and that's okay. Um, so I stitch with blue across the top, and then I stitch with pink from the top down the side, about the same distance. And then what I'm doing right now is I just had this wild hair and decided there was a button in my little sewing kit, and so I decided to sew the button on. I don't know, just kind of decided randomly to do it, and I think it's cute. See, look at that. And so I added to what I normally do when it comes to the stitching prompt. I believe this is my fourth layout I've ever stitched on. The first time would be Scrap Timber last year. The second time would be during Christy's Beautiful Life in March. And I can't remember for sure. I might have done it twice in March. So I don't do it very often. But I did just get a new sewing machine, new or my first handheld one for my birthday. But I haven't had time to fiddle with it. So I punched out that 2x2 cut apart because it was wonky and I didn't like it. So I went ahead and cut it out with my Creative Memories 1.5 inch, I think, circle. And so and then I fussy cut the other one, so I didn't even leave either one of them as a 2x2. And then I'm going through my ephemera. And I really like using stickers first, only because, you could lose the stick on your stickers and then they could fall out of your book and you lose them. The ephemera is in a safe little kit. So sometimes I'll exchange things, and sometimes I completely forget I have a project pad that has stickers in it. That did not happen this time, but it could have because it's happened before. So I'm just going through the ephemera to see what I want to use. I put that butterfly up there because I really do want to use a butterfly. I pull this card out and it's very special. I love the card, and when you see the close-ups, you'll know what it says. But I decided to choose this butterfly over the other because it brings that golden white up to the top, and it goes along with the title of this layout, which ends up being "Hey You, Stay Golden." And so that floral bit gets moved over because I'm going to end up moving that cute little tag with the florals. I'm going to put that right there at the bottom of the doily. And I didn't think that it would look right with that and then the flowers on top of it. I think it says something about um, always be your best or something like that. So I won't give you all the details of this picture, but I will say that my daughter had a really rough beginning to 2018. She was going through a lot emotionally and had to get some help. And this is the day that she was released and she got to come home. And so I went to pick her up with my mom and dad. It was my dad's birthday. And he said it was the best birthday present he could ever get. So this is going to be a really rough year for me, you all, to document. But I guess I've been preparing myself for that for a while. And I feel like Scrap Timber and 30 Days of Sketches in October is going to really help me document this hard time that I've been through. 2018 is definitely not a year I'd ever want to go back through again. We had a lot of loss in our family between my aunt and my father, and all the stuff that my daughter was going through. And my son always had some medical issues and just one thing after another. But we survived and we have come out on the other side. So I am determined to document it and to try and make it as happy and get the emotions in the layouts. So that's why I felt like all of these really positive, loving, encouraging phrases and things would work perfectly. And the concept of the butterfly always makes me feel good when I'm talking about my daughter, and I always sing "You're My Sunshine" to her. So I felt like this was a very fitting layout for her. And so I put those little butterflies up there. I put that little phrase that I said I love so much up on fun foam so that it would kind of stand out. And then oddly enough, the word golden, the G is starting to rub off. And so I cover over the part that's rubbing off with that sunshine. And actually looks really cute that way. And I did ink around the little floral and phrase so it would stand out better on that doily and that light colored paper. And then I ink around this that says love you. And I'm just going to tuck this down here on the bottom because I feel like it's a little bare down there. I've got the butterflies up at the top, but there's nothing down on the bottom. Sorry. Well, the later it gets, the more congested I sound. And then I have that floral cluster over there, and I love that. And I tuck some of the gold leafy bits over there. And so I decided to tuck a little gold leafy bit above this little quote or card that I've put down. And then this little pink best friend, I wanted to put that on there. I could definitely not use that for my best friend. And my daughter and I are very close. So I felt like it was appropriate. And it really just kind of says best friend, love you. And so I ink, like I said, I inked the love you so it stands out a little better. And then I just tucked that over there. And I had it hanging off the edge and I cut it off. So that it's not obviously hanging off the edge. I didn't want that little groove right there. And then I got these cute, I love these hearts, you all. They are the little puffy hearts that go with the collection, and they are super cute. So here comes the close-ups. Like I said, I've decided to title it Hey You Stay Golden. And I just love the way it turned out. I hope that you all will see, look at my stitching, you all. Go me. Um, I hope you all will follow along. There's going to be a playlist for Scrap Timber, I believe. So it's a whole lot easier than trying to find everybody's links and stuff. So you could just hop on over to the playlist, and I think once you hit play on one of them, it just keeps going, which is awesome because then you get hours and hours of inspiration from so many people. So I am intentional. My plan is to scrapbook a layout every day with the scrap timber prompt. So I hope that that works out for me, and I hope that you all will come along on this fun journey and let me know how you feel about this layout if you want. And I hope to see you again very soon. Have a great night and happy scrapping.